Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced. Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Whoa! How we doing, people? Just got here in the nick of time. That is called getting a drink and getting yourself prepped just before you go live on air. Boom, there we go. The reason that took a bit of time is because I have literally just been adding up how much BTC has moved in the last 12 hours, as reported on by Clank. This one here says, biggest blockchain transactions. So I don't know if these transactions are going backwards and forwards, but I mean, look, like 12,119 BTC. It's almost like $40 million. Another one, 12,159. This is all within like 12 hours. There's another one, exactly the same, 12,119, 12,159, another 12,159. Another 12,159, 12,099, 12,099. I mean, look at these are staggering. 12,103, 12,153, another 12,153, 12,100. I mean, they're all like $140 million, all within the space of 12 hours. So I've actually got them here. Let me just add them all up. Right, so that's about 3.5 billion. That is mental. That is mental. So almost $3.5 billion worth of BTC has been moved in the last 12 hours. Now, like, what for? Is somebody just enjoying paying transaction fees, just like moving that backwards and forwards? Are they wash trading? Like, what's all this about? I mean, these are absolutely staggering figures. Someone has got control of that. Who knows what for? But if I was a BTC right now, I'd be getting squeaky bum cheeks. Should we be preparing for these rolling iceberg orders? Exciting times. I mean, I don't expect shitcoiners to understand this because you have to have a level of intellect to understand. But I said here, who's the wealthiest person in crypto, and where is their investment money going? BTC. Well, Satoshi Nakamoto. Where's that investment going? BSV. BCH. Satoshi Nakamoto. Where's that going? BSV. The wealthiest person in BSV is Satoshi Nakamoto. And that's going even more into BSV. Honestly, to not understand what is happening, really, you've got to be kind of thick as two short planks, But then you look at the likes of Roger Ver and Peter McCormack, and it's just like, well, they're your two short planks. Just the stuff they come out with is absolutely insane. So this was quite funny. I saw Vitalik post this, so hopefully this will come up on YouTube. We can sort of like see the images here. This was the transaction high wave on Ethereum, and basically the only transactions that I could see were Tether and Uniswap. Look, this is just simply traders. It's an utter shit show. This was just me having a laugh earlier. I was like, I mentioned somebody said to me, "So Satoshi, how many Bitcoin BSV do you currently have?" Well, currently more than Roger Ver, because he hasn't got any. I hope that comes to bite him in the arse. This was a tweet just with all the recorded this is the most number of transactions that I could fit in a tweet at one point. So I was just like, wow, look at that. All moved within, that was probably in about 8 hours, I think. So let's just have a quick look at this article here. I had to sort of like hang my head in shame. Well, when I was reading this, I was just like, oh dear. So this was an article by Consensus. Under the blockchain and cryptocurrency people, culture and tech, blah, 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 blah. So it said, in world first, bank issued stablecoin at online retailer. So, like, imagine you're transacting cryptocurrency on a network, and that network is unable to sustain itself. It just amazes me. All these like scientists, these like, academics, these journalists haven't figured it out yet. Just makes me want to buy more. Good grief. With cryptocurrencies, private stablecoins such as DCHF and Libra and central bank digital currencies all set to be jostling for market share within a few years, the public is set to be spoiled for choice. Afraid not. As reported by Modern Consensus last week, ex-Reserve Bank of India Governor Raghuram Rajan believes there's room for all of these digital assets to coexist. Oh dear. No understanding. He warned it would be problematic if any single virtual currency gains a monopoly, adding some competition is useful. No, not in this case. A natural monopoly will occur. I've already written about this. It is a commodity. A natural monopoly will occur because it is a tool. It's a tool that enables, encourages, and accelerates the facilitation of trade, in which case people would just simply use the best tool for the job. You can't have lots of random tools. Everybody uses the same one, but it's a decentralized one. That's why everyone can use it. And as the price increases rapidly, that's when you get more stability and confidence in the price. You get less of these shitcoin traders pumping and dumping it. But that's what's going to happen. So all these heads of government still massively confused about what it is. What a digital commodity really is. This next article, this was an absolute classic. I would probably say here, would you believe it? So it says here, dark web drug haven empire market has mysteriously disappeared. Well. Is it the police? Is it an exit scam? Who knows? But there'll be money involved in this. These people were like with these anonymous coins and Roger Ver going, we don't need governments. Well, look what happens when you don't have regulation, when you don't have democratic governments. Absolutely ridiculous. This is a classic case study of something that he really should have been looking at. Ignoramuses. That's all I can say. Actually, let me read to you something that I had written in a message to a chap that I've been talking to recently. This is Dan David from the China Hustle. If you haven't seen it, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I contacted him because I was just in awe of the documentary, you know, and he was just like, look, you know, I'm just going to get these guys back because they have literally screwed everybody over. There we go, people. I mean, that I would recommend watching that. I was absolutely enthralled by it. Literally on the edge of my seat. I loved it. I've also seen the other 2 videos that they spoke about there, which was Enron, the smartest guys in the room, and capitalism as we know, or something like that. And absolutely brilliant. So anyway, I've been chatting with Dan, who is the main chap in that China hustle, and he's been asking me about Bitcoin, and so I mean, he said he's come. Well, actually, I'll tell you what he read here. So he said, yeah, the whole space really takes 100% concentration from at least one analyst, ideally 2 or 3, which is why I'm slow to jump in. My firm is very specialised, and the bandwidth just isn't there for me to wrap my hands around crypto. So this was my response. So see what you think. So I said, this is a challenge. Let me have a crack at explaining it to you succinctly. Crypto is primarily about a self-sustaining digital network that doesn't have a central point of authority or control, which means it's beyond control of anyone and everything, including governments. In order to do so, it must have a native asset stroke cryptocurrency economically sustaining it. A currency, money, stroke digital commodity, only has a fundamental value if it has no central point of authority or control. So the paradoxical question is, how can something that has a central point of creation, which is the central point of authority and control, turn into something that doesn't have one? The answer is through a continual process of dilution stroke decentralization. It's this process of dilution that makes Satoshi's design of Bitcoin, which is BSV, so brilliant and differentiates it from all other protocols stroke cryptocurrencies. This process of dilution stroke decentralization has taken 10 years and is the reason Satoshi used a pseudonym to start the network so that his true identity would remain a mystery. This is also the reason why he had to step away from the project to give the process of dilution and decentralization credibility, which is growth without influence. It's this neutral growth that provides Bitcoin with its fundamental value over all other networks. Let me know if you'd like me to explain more. And then I also attached this article here saying, look, it won't take long for the big fish to discover the information that I'm telling you. So, yeah, there we go, people. Exciting times. So, yeah, we'll wrap up the show there. Hope you enjoyed it. And it is now time for Ding a Dong. Right, well, it's the weekend, folks. It is a Sunday. So, hope you're having a chilled time where you are. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. I'll see everybody soon. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity. www.streamanity.com/8084 and moneybutton.com.